Kyle and Blake back for another round of Week 11 B&K Sports Lounge football.
I'm ready, Blake.
We're going to give you the latest and best football news around because that's what we do. We're going to give you this week's picks. I want to start out before I start our week's picks. There's always a link on the bottom of each YouTube video. It's our actual page to our
official Facebook site. The link is down low on the YouTube video, so make sure you click on that. Go ahead and like the page. You know, we're just trying to build our whole fan system here.
Thank you, Kyle. All right. Last week I went 9-7 on my picks. I'm very proud of myself. I saw a lot of YouTube commentary. I had about the only winning record across the board.
Yes, you did, and a lot of people. I had a bad week, but a lot of other people had a bad week too. It was a really hard pick, or a hard week of picks.
Well, it wasn't even just that. It was a lot of upsets. Who would have thought the Raiders would have beat the Chargers? Who would have thought the Seahawks would have beat the Ravens?
Exactly, yeah.
And there's a few other ones. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this week's pick started.
Let's go.
First game, Jets at Denver. Who you got, Kyle?
I got Jets. Jets just a better team than Denver.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Jets. All I'm going to say is Jets, 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 Jets.
Yep.
Carolina, Detroit, easy. Detroit, Carolina's not winning.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Yep.
Tampa Bay, Green Bay. Look, you can put anybody up against that Green Bay squad, and I'm going to pick Green Bay. Is there anybody better?
One of the best teams, I think, in the history of the National Football League, Blake. I'm going to go that far and say it. Green Bay's going to win this game.
Okay. Dallas at Washington. You know, I'm a believer in what Dallas is doing, and I've picked Dallas a few weeks, and they have what most would consider upsets, but I just like what Dallas is doing. I like the Cowboys.
I love the Cowboys right now. Tony Romo really showed up last week.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And with Miles Austin out, you got guys stepping up, so I got Dallas.
All right, this is one of the more intriguing matchups here, Kyle, so let's go a little more in depth with this game. Cincy at Baltimore. I like Baltimore, and what's funny about this game is I continuously talk about how I'm not a believer in what Cincy's doing now, but I love the Baltimore Ravens, what they're doing now, so it's kind of opposites here. So with that being said, of course I'm going to go with the Ravens. I know the Ravens got upset again last week, and it's like the Seahawks. It's like they played bad when they played bad teams.
And then they played good against
good
teams.
For example, Cleveland. But then they played good against good teams. For example, they beat the Giants a few weeks ago, and they beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
But I like the Ravens in this one, Kyle.
Ravens are the team I'm picking to go to the Super Bowl. Cincy is a team that I've fully jumped on the bandwagon with. I love what they're doing, especially now. They almost beat Pittsburgh, really good team. But I got Baltimore in this. Just their defense is still just ridiculous, and their offense is coming together really well. I just think Baltimore's a better team, but I still like Cincy. I just don't think they're going to win this game.
I agree. Oakland at Minnesota. Look, I'm going to Oakland. Carson Palmer had the hot hand last week, and I really got a chance to look at that Minnesota team on that Monday night game against the Packers, and Minnesota's just bad. And I know that they face some greatness. I mean, that is pure greatness that they played, but they just look bad on all cylinders of football: special teams, offense, defense.
A few weeks ago, Minnesota played the Packers, and they almost won. And Oakland's really up and down right now. I'm going with Minnesota. Based on the pure fact Oakland likes to run the ball, and Minnesota has one of the better defensive lines. So I think they're going to shut them down. I got Minnesota in this one.
Yes, that makes sense. I just like Oakland, though. Buffalo at Miami. I've got Buffalo. Miami, they've pulled together a few wins, but at the end of the day, they're still Miami.
Man, Blake, Miami's one of the most scrappiest teams in the NFL. I'm picking Miami in this one, and I think Buffalo's going to start going down, just like I projected in since the beginning of the season. So I got Miami in this game just because of the pure fact that they are just really, really scrappy.
I do agree Buffalo is going to go down.
Just
not this week. Jacksonville at Cleveland. I like Jacksonville. I think they're one of the better bad teams. They've got a good defense, and when you're Blaine Gabbert, it's like when you go in each game, dang, I only got to put up 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and I'm going to win this game.
Yeah.
And I just think Jacksonville's offense has a better chance at scoring on Cleveland's defense than Cleveland's offense has a chance at scoring on Jacksonville's defense. Whew, it's a lot of words. Does that make sense, though?
Yeah, I got it. But I'm going to have to disagree with you on this pick. I'm going with Cleveland in this one, and I want to see what I saw last week in McCoy. He had a wonderful game. I don't know the exact passer rating, but it was up there. And I like Cleveland in this. Their defense is also playing really well.
They have a really good defense as well. I will give them.
You know, I think Cleveland, if they can just stop MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew, I think they can win this game, and I think they can.
Seattle at St. Louis. As I said earlier, Seattle plays bad against bad teams. They play good against good teams. Well, St. Louis's record is a bad record, so I like St. Louis.
I like St. Louis in this one too. You know, they have a lot of weapons. You know, they've acquired Lloyd, and I think that they can get this win. You know, I really like Steven Jackson. You know, and Sam Bradford's only going to get better. So I got St. Louis as well.
Arizona at San Francisco. Look, San Francisco really proved that they are an elite team. They have the second best record in football, so that's a no-brainer. I like San Francisco.
I picked Giants last week against San Francisco, Blake, and I said last week, you can go back and look at the video. I said if San Francisco wins this, they're going to become nullified. They are an elite team if they win this game, and they did. And I think they're an elite team. So I got San Francisco in this.
Tennessee at Atlanta.
This is a tough one, I think.
You got?
You know, Tennessee's coming together. Chris Johnson's starting to show up, but I don't think it's quite enough.
I got to interrupt you. Matt Schwab's done for the season, and we've been saying all along that that's their division. Does that change things? Does that change things?
I think it changed things a lot.
No, but I'm not. Of course, it's going to change things for the Texans. But what I'm asking is, does that change who you think is going to win that division?
It does. I was going with Tennessee, or I was going with the Texans, excuse me, the entire season. I said they're going to win the division, and you know Tennessee is coming together now, and you know when you lose your starting quarterback, the Texans are obviously going to not play as well. So you know I know Andre Johnson's coming back. That's a big target, but you know it's a backup quarterback coming in, and you never know what you're going to get. So I'm going with Tennessee to win this division now, but I got Atlanta winning this game.
I like how you put that. I like Atlanta as well. And I still think that this is the Houston Texans division this year. I think they're still going to win it because just like when Andre Johnson went out, everybody was predicting the Texans to lose all these games, but I stuck by him. And, you know, there is 22 starters on that football team. And, you know, they all know that this is their division. Gary Kubiak knows that that's their division, and I don't think it changes anything. Yeah, they're not going to do as well as expected.
Here, sorry, Blake, I'm going to have to interrupt you on this one. You know, when your wide receiver goes down, you know, I know it can change a few things, but you know, when your quarterback goes down, that's a bigger position than Andre Johnson's part in that offense, I believe. So that's why I think the Texans are going to not do as well.
Well, I mean, of course, Matt Schwab's going to mean more than Andre Johnson just because he's a quarterback.
But they had trouble winning, though.
No, they've been blowing teams out of the... I mean, when they met Tennessee a few weeks ago, what was it, 41-7?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still like
the Texans. Can they do it without their quarterback, though?
I don't think it'll be 41-7 wins, but I still think that they're going to win ball games. But anyways, I like Atlanta in this game.
As well.
Moving on now, San Diego at Chicago. Kyle, you got it.
San Diego at Chicago. Wow, I think that this is one of